Hey you guys, welcome back to Thursday Thoughts. I was going to do the video today from my owl chair. Thanks for sighing. But somebody is obviously still sitting in it. That would be Hank. I am stuck in my regular desk chair to do the video today. So on Monday I discussed some of the ways to make sure that you're not tired all the time, and if you do all of those things I was talking about and you're still tired all the time, that there are two things that are the most common issue there, and it's usually chronic fatigue syndrome or PCOS if you're female. I actually found out about a year ago for certain that I had PCOS. PCOS stands for polycystic ovarian syndrome. And the number one thing to understand with this is that even though the word ovary is in the name, it does not only affect your ovaries. It's a syndrome. So it affects your entire system. Some of the side effects of PCOS, if you think you might have it, are the following. Number one is weight gain, and that was my big sign because I gained 30 pounds in 6 months and then gained 30 pounds a year for the next 2 years. So I actually added like a whole person onto my frame, which was not comfortable at all. That is sign number one that you might have PCOS, is extreme sudden weight gain. Another sign of PCOS is fatigue, like constant fatigue, and difficulty sleeping, either getting to sleep or staying asleep with possible sleep apnea, which means that you pretty much stop breathing for a certain amount of time without realizing it. When you don't get enough sleep, you can become fatigued, and even when you're doing normal things, sometimes you get fatigued throughout the day without really doing much. And so that was another big sign that I had, but that's sign number two, is fatigue constantly. Another fun thing with PCOS is this situation with hair. And it's hair where you don't want it and a lack of hair where you do want it. Fun, right? So you end up thinning your hair on your head, but you get hair in other places instead. So you'll get hair along your face, your chest, your back. It just kind of depends on how intense your symptoms are, but you can actually end up getting extra hair in other areas and losing your hair in the places that you want it. If you are trying to get pregnant and you are having a difficulty doing so, oftentimes it can be because of PCOS. It has infertility situations because it makes your periods irregular, which means that you can't really chart out when you can get pregnant and things like that. So it affects your period, obviously, because it affects your ovaries, and so that can make it difficult to become pregnant. So one of the big things that I also had from a young age, obviously also, was acne. I had intense acne on my face, and I had to go through tons of different kinds of medications to try to calm down my acne. And I have a very oily face, which is also a sign of PCOS. So a lot of constant breakouts could also be another sign. There's also loss of mood swings. You could be bipolar, or you could just be having mood swings because of your PCOS. It causes your hormones to be completely out of whack, and your whole body starts acting crazy. And so things that might not usually upset you, suddenly you're freaking out because of it. And then other times, like, I'm not really a crier, but like I would just start bursting out into tears for absolutely no reason. So PCOS can kind of make you act a little goofy. There's also obviously some headaches, because when your hormones are getting all messed up in your body, headaches are an automatic pretty much. So constant headaches can also be another sign and symptom that you might have PCOS. Finally, there's one of the most obvious things, and that would be pelvic pain. So pelvic pain could be in relation to your period, but it could also be in relation to those lovely little cysts that are all around your ovaries. So what was really creepy is I had some really bad pelvic pain for a while. I was trying to just lie down and, deal with it. And then finally I called up my doctor and I'm like, I want an ultrasound. I want to see exactly what's going on because this hurts. So they put the ultrasound on me and they showed me this picture, and there's all these little black circles around my ovaries. And I'm freaking out because I'm thinking that it's cancer, because I've never seen anything like that. And I know there's not supposed to be big black circles on any kind of ultrasound. But then I'm told that no, those are just, not really supposed to be there, but it's not quite cancer. But what that is those little black circles, those are cysts, and the pain that you feel can be either pressure or it can be from them bursting, which is real comfortable. said no one ever. So that's what that pain was. So if you're having pelvic pain inside of your hip bones and, you know, right around where your uterus is, you may want to call up your doctor and see if they'll take a little picture of the inside of you to see exactly what that pain is coming from, because it could be the actual cysts from your PCOS. One of the things that helped me kind of start getting my life back on track from all of this insanity, which, by the way, it took me 4 doctors over 3 years. I went through those, and then I finally found 5th doctor was the one who actually started my body going on the right track. And all the doctors before brushed off every single symptom, and I was literally a size 0. I was a fitness model, personal trainer, boot camp instructor. I knew exactly what I ate. I was eating 5 to 6 meals a day. I drank a gallon of water a day. I worked out 1 to 2 times a day, about 6 days a week. Training was my life. That's what I did. And I went into doctors freaking out because I'd gained so much weight so fast and saying, I want a full blood panel, tell me what's going on. You know, there's something wrong here. And they just swore up and down that maybe I just didn't realize how much I was eating. I had another doctor tell me that I needed to have my stomach stapled. I had another doctor tell me that, oh, well, there's really nothing wrong, even though your cortisol is absolutely completely off the charts. Oh, it's fine, you're gonna be fine. Then I had other doctors tell me that I just needed to take B12 shots and eat only 500 calories a day so that I could lose all the weight. And yeah, that's muscle mass loss. So I knew that was not a good idea. So I ended up doing my own kind of research. Along the way, I was looking at PCOS as a possibility, and I was never actually told that those black circles around my ovaries were cysts. They just said that they were bags of eggs that were bursting. I actually had to find out by going to a special doctor who specializes in hormones, and she was the one who finally put all of it together. And within 5 minutes in her office, she even said, she's like, you have PCOS, it's that simple. And I'm like, well, what about this? She's like, that's PCOS. Well, what about this? That's PCOS. I never actually put a name on it. And so one thing is, it was really nice to just know what the problem was. And at the same time, it was like a ton of bricks on my chest to get that actual diagnosis of what it was. Is, oh shit, there's no cure for this. But there are things that you can do to help manage all of your symptoms and things like that. Number 1, you need to go get a doctor who is actually willing to look into your actual hormone panels, because every single part of your body system can be negatively affected by PCOS. And when your weight fluctuates so much, that's very disheartening, and you know, you feel very defeated and, you know, taken prisoner by your own body. Going and talking to a doctor who really knows what they're doing and how to handle the symptoms of PCOS can be just life-changing. Over the past year, I've been with this doctor for 1 year now. I have not only not gained weight, but I'm actually starting to lose weight. So I'm finally starting to get the results from all the workouts that I do and the healthy eating that I do. So 1, make sure that you're doing what you can in order to get on the track. So make sure that you are taking care of the body that you have, but also go ahead and talk to your doctor about getting on hormone replacements and things like that that can help your body start repairing itself so that you can start functioning more easily and smoothly like your body should be. That's kind of my big thing today. I mean, I literally this morning had to go to a blood test because I get blood tests every few months to make sure that my hormones are still functioning properly and that they don't need to be adjusted. So far, so good. And I will have my appointment with my doctor to check back in about 3 weeks. So if you want information about my specific doctor, let me know down in the comments below. I am more than happy to send you her contact information if you would like to know more about my doctor. Other than that, try to get a hold of a doctor in your area that can really help you with this. I know how frustrating and defeating it feels to not be able to just feel normal in your own body. Not alone out there. You have tons of people out there who completely understand what you're going through. PCOS sucks. And the fact that there's no cure for it is super frustrating. The fact that doctors don't always listen to you when you try to explain exactly what's happening is even more frustrating. But stay consistent. Keep pushing for yourself. Be your own advocate. Do as much research as you can for yourself to find out everything that you can about your own body. I hope you guys are having a great week. I will see you on Monday. Have a good weekend.